Hey, what's up, everyone? Coach Steve here with the Balderdash Academy Dashers, and I'm here very excited to show you the brand new course, disc golf course here at Balderdash County. This new course has everything. Behold, our water hazard, manicured gardens, ample spectator seating, and we have signs. And I want to tell you a little bit about this weekend's upcoming charity tourney, the Balderdash County Disc and Frisk. Our local officers, Broderick and Roderick, will be here playing for charity, so you don't want to miss that. And next up, 4 questions.
Balderdash Academy, competitive comedy. Good for your health like a yearly colonoscopy. Bring a flask, don't forget your hall pass. If you need a laugh, let me introduce the school staff. Marie Stewart Harmon teaches home economics. See her after class for some home brewed tonics. Sex with me is like Nate Green, cause finishing on top is his normal routine. Coach Steve brings the show's sports knowledge, but he's bad at portmanteaus cause he didn't go to college. Pauline McGill spits words like an Uzi. She wins every game but can't name a single movie. They call him Brady Hunt, the theater guru. He'll always almost win like deja vu do. Carla Rose Dubois, you better watch your back. She's notoriously known for teaching music facts. And Baba Blanc gets no disrespect. Don't talk back, cause he's technically correct. Yes, let's go. Balderdash Academy, baby. Alright, sit down, class is starting.
Welcome back to Balderdash Academy. Our points are: in last place is myself with -2 points. Next, we have our visiting professors with -1 point. We have a two-way tie between Molly and Nate with 0 points, Marie with 2 points, and in the lead, we have our notorious CRD with 3. So, joining us today are our visiting professors Carol Cleveland, Ty Gowan, and Anna Halloran of Maine's award-winning web series, Haunt Me. So before we move on to the next game, I will spin an opening icebreaker from a series of questions written by our intern, Alan. Alan will spin the randomizer to generate a random question that our Haunt Me team will answer in 30 seconds or less. Are you ready?
No pressure.
Do we get points?
No.
Came up with question number 8. If you could investigate any place in the world with complete access and no supervision, where would you choose to investigate?
Disney World.
Without skipping a beat.
As a former Disney employee, I approve. All right, so.
Take you guys with me. That's why.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, my bag is packed.
In honor of Haunt Me's career investigating the unknown, we have 4 questions about a mansion that actually inspired the Haunted Mansion in Disneyland.
Oh.
So it was a mansion itself that was inspired by a vengeful haunt, a house filled with mystery and tragedy. It's the Winchester Mystery House. So whichever one of our faculty members gives the best, not the correct, but the best answer, Carol, Ty, and Anna will award points. Our first question. In 1886, Sarah Lockwood Winchester of Carla Rose's home of Connecticut, the wife of gun magnate William Wirt Winchester of Winchester rifle fame, began construction on the 24,000 square foot mansion. According to folklore, why did she start building the house? So the question is, why did Sarah Winchester start building the house? Carla Rose, you're in the lead. What do you have?
I'm going to be honest with you guys. I have no freaking clue, but I got a trick up my sleeve.
You're talking like
I've been known to have a little ESPN myself. I'm going to try a little automatic writing here and see what happens.
There's another point. That's how it's done.
Cross the T, dot the I. All right, we got it. Mrs. Winchester was trying to find Waldo. She was trying to find Waldo. And do you perchance have any snacks? That's it. That's all I got.
Finding Waldo and snacks is incredibly important. Nate,
Points for CRD.
how many chocolate milk points?
10.
Nice.
Oh, 10.
Pulling out the big numbers now.
I thought you could only get
Oh, I didn't
Take
know
that.
we could do this.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Now, as
Anything
a
you
reminder,
want.
our visiting professors can give any points to anyone for any reason.
Keep it even. I want the drama. I want them to
You
fight.
make up the rules when it comes to points. Have fun. So, Nate, what is your answer?
Oh, well, I mean, everybody knows that she started building the house because she felt that the money that she had came from the manufacturing of weapons. And the people who died from these weapons haunted her family. And so she kept building and building and building in order to be able to confuse the ghosts that haunted the mansion. Ultimately, that became very confusing for her because sometimes she would be going to the bathroom at night and she'd hit a dead end. And she had to have the carpet replaced like 8 times because she kept peeing on the carpet. So,
Points for interpreting my nightmares.
How many points?
12.
so
12 points.
So she basically had to create secret doors and like tunnels, ball pits. She did not let kids in them because then fecal matter would be everywhere, and ghosts really
Everywhere.
love fecal matter.
All right. So, to confuse blood money revenants,
I'm going to give an additional 5 points for historical possible accuracy.
all right. So, Marie, why did she
Yes.
start building the house?
Well, as we know, her husband was a gun manufacturer, creator of lots of different type of gun weaponry. But she also was an expert at hiding the riflery, the gunware, all of the tools inside of costumes. Gunware, yeah. Well, that's what the costumes ended up being called, was gunware. And she needed rooms to store each one of these different types of gunware that was suited for the different type of weaponry that her husband was creating. So she just needed a lot of rooms for all of the costumes for her rifles that are then called gunware.
Obviously.
10 points for the gunware term. I love that.
10 points for gunware. All right.
But
So,
also not
Molly,
really. Just because of it's a fun podcast. No points for actual gunware.
Oh, yeah.
okay.
Right.
Okay.
Gunware,
All
yes. You're here for that.
So, hypothetical gunware is fine. Actual gunware. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Molly, what do you got?
Well, as fun as those stories are, it's actually pretty practical why she just kept on building the house. See, she was a woman of many, many talents. Her most famous being crocheting. And one day, as she's crocheting, she hears a call down the hall. Oh, I got to go down the hall. Goes down the hall, and she comes back just like that. She comes back. Her knitting needles are gone. Her hooks, they're all gone. The hooker's gone. And so she says, well, gosh darn it, I got to find these dang things. So she just keeps building rooms. She's like, they got to be somewhere. They'll show up if I just keep building a room. So she just kept building a room. And soon enough, she had herself a new hobby and just couldn't stop. She's pretty addictive like that.
She was knitting a hat.
Waldo
It's
took
always
them.
the last place you look, and if you run out of places, you just have to create new ones. That
That's
makes a
what
lot
I'm
of
saying.
sense. All right, so we have Carla Rose trying to find Waldo and or snacks. We have Nate to confuse blood money revenants, which I'm pretty sure is coming out from Vin Diesel in 2024. Marie hiding gunware costumes, and Molly, she ran out of places to look, so she just kept making places.
I would like to award 7 hooker points for that answer.
All right, 7 hookers for Molly. So, we had a
Molly always gets all the hooker points.
Huzzah.
we have a bevy of points being thrown out during that question. So the answer is, according to folklore, a medium told Sarah that her family misfortunes were the result of blood money the family had accrued from the Winchester rifles, Nate. The medium warned of vengeful ghosts who would seek revenge and to protect herself. According to folklore, the medium told her that she needed to move west, build a home for herself and for the spirits who have fallen from this terrible weapon. So, Nate, well done. Now, according to folklore, there was more. That prophecy came with one hell of a catch. What was the catch? Nate, what was the fine print of that prophecy?
The fine print is that in order to remain safe in her own home, she had to hire somebody to dress up in a Kool-Aid man costume and break through the walls every time she got stuck and go, "Oh yeah!"
All right. Yeah, I would agree with that 10 points.
Oh yeah!
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Marie, what do you have?
The medium expressed to her that the only way that she would be able to contact the spirits is if she drank a fifth of whiskey every time.
Oh,
so
all
this
the points,
woman
30 points for Marie.
She had to consume a lot of whiskey in order to be able to get through to the spirits.
Probably true.
All right. She literally had to fight the bullet. All right. Molly, what do you have?
Well, everyone knows that contacting the spirit world takes some talent and some time. And so the catch was actually that each room she built had to have an ensuite bathroom because, as we know, to contact the spirit world, you just got to flush it down.
All right. That makes sense. An ensuite bathroom. How many points?
30 points. I'm trying to even Anna out.
No, I'm just doling left and right. You talk whiskey,
All right. Carla Rose, what do you have?
Okay. Actually, little known fact, that medium was that Warren lady who was also from Connecticut. And I know it's not like in her time frame, but she was able to jump on the timeline. And she ended up stealing money from Mrs. Winchester. So she became, and she's really short. So she became a small medium at large. And so anyway, so then.
Points from time.
I'm gonna add another 5 points to that for calling her that Warren lady.
The Warren lady.
See, I can because I'm also from Connecticut.
It's so good. It's perfect.
So, anywho, what she did, she was so powerful. She conjured up a large blob of ectoplasm. It was commonly thought of to be the Kool-Aid Man, but no, I know who it was because I actually was an extra in the last Ghostbusters film, and I became close personal friends with Slimer. Right?
Okay.
So that was the origin story of Slimer, was the Winchester mansion. And he was like, ah! And he was like going through the house and she had to chase him everywhere. So that was the problem, was that she had to be forced to live with Slimer forever. Good news is she put him on a healthful diet and now he goes by Slimmer.
Aww.
I'm going to give it another 10 points for the layers.
Like an onion, it'll make you cry. All right, so we have Nate hire somebody to dress as a Kool-Aid Man. Marie drank a fifth of whiskey. Molly was in the ensuite bathroom, and Carla Rose ecto much cooler Slimer. All right, are there any additional points you'd like to give?
5 for Nate because I think he's great.
Oh,
5 for Nate just for being Nate. All right, so
I want to give 2 to you for rhyming.
Oh my God.
We're having the
Beautiful.
Yeah.
all right, so the answer, to quote the medium directly from folklore, because apparently you can now quote folklore, if you continue building, you will live. Stop, and you will die.
Yes.
I didn't know.
So,
half the house.
yeah.
Wait, and she just built it up.
Yeah.
She should have been more specific. Could have been Legos.
Talk about having issues with DIY, right?
Yeah, she's going to work herself to the bone.
No kidding.
Through the boner.
Lincoln logs.
We're getting there. I'll tell you whether or not it's a true statement. So, though the house was supposed to be her protection in 1906, it did try to kill her.
Ooh.
What
yikes.
happened at the house that put her life at risk? Marie, what do you have?
Oh, she was taking a bath, and there was some weak board underneath, perhaps from ectoplasm, who could know? And the tub just fell directly through the floor with her in it. She was just trying to get clean.
All right, Marie, she inspired the money pit.
That's a good.
All right.
10 points because I laughed out loud. Like, actually,
Me too.
watching Sarah Winchester fall through a tub in my mind.
All you want. I pictured her going.
Looney Tunes style all the way down. And
Am I the only one who's hearing the Will Hell scream right now? All right. So, Molly, what do you got? What's your answer?
Well, she was waking up one morning. She had her coffee. She's ready to get her day going. She's like, I'm feeling a little peckish. So she decided to make some breakfast. Lo and behold, she opens up the fridge. The eggs start jumping out. They're cracking on the counter. She's freaking out. She's like, screw this. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go watch some TV. She turns the TV on. It's just staticky. She hears some voices coming through. She can't figure out what it is. She's like, you know what? I am out of here. All of a sudden, all the doors open up and this cold, frigid air comes whipping through her and kicks her out the house, down the hill, into the bog.
Bog.
So you're saying she shouldn't have pissed off Zool?
That's what I'm saying. And Poultrygeist.
I was
Poultrygeist.
add an extra 5 points to that, though, for making references to horror movies I actually know.
I think that's all I got.
All right. I think that's all the movies Molly's actually seen. Carla Rose, what do you have?
Okay. I got to set the scene here. Let's see. All right. So here's what happened. So one day, Mrs. Winchester got up and she went to her morning toilette. And see, there's truth to everybody's story here. So she had one of those high-powered flushers, fecal flushers, and like Nate said, paranormal activity is drawn to feces. So she went to her morning toilet and she did the flush.
Obviously.
And she looked in the reflection in the toilet. And it was that Warren lady again.
As you do, look into the toilet.
She said,
Oh my god, that first 50, that got me.
and then
In my toilet!
Oh my god, you tied it back.
Well, I'll end it there. It gets really, really disturbing with, like Molly said, the Poultrygeist. She had a Cornish hen in her fridge that kept clucking at midnight. And just basically her gun dress was so heavy, she fell on a puddle of Slimmer. And it just ended. It came to a gross, disgusting end. And the last thing she saw was Waldo peering over her and saying, I told you so.
It's all true.
That makes sense. Nate, what do you have?
Uh-huh.
I have the real answer, which isn't really funny. It's kind of sad, actually. So she woke up one morning. She went in, much like some of these stories started. She went into the bathroom, took a look into the mirror, realized that she was visited by a spirit or something that startled her so much her hair turned red, and it was curly and. Yeah. She then was sent to an orphanage, and this big, tall, bald guy named Daddy Warbucks, I think, came and adopted her. And they had a big red dog named Clifford, and Clifford actually nipped at the ceiling fan one day, and they had to put him down.
God. Just like a Sarah McLachlan video.
I told you it was sad. But the house is still there.
Damn.
So that's a plus. That's a Benny.
Yeah.
All right.
A boner.
So we have Marie.
Down now.
Like 25 because you made Carol cackle.
So your net is 20.
20 points. All right. So we have Marie with taking a bath, weak board, boom, scene from the money pit. Molly with Poultrygeist. Carla Rose with paranormal activity is basically and Nate, hard knock life with a big red dog. Would you like to award any additional points?
I'm going to give a bonus point to Nate because he made a musical reference.
Yep. All right. Bonus point to Nate. Now, the answer was hinted upon right at the beginning. Thanks, Ty. With the Great Earthquake of 1906 collapsed 3 of the 7 stories and trapped her in her bedroom. She had to be dug out to escape. She could have used that Kool-Aid man, Nate.
Yep.
Now,
Oh yeah.
Or Clifford if she didn't put him down.
that's true. Like, if she just kept her giant dog alive, right? So the house was under construction continually for 38 years.
Wow.
What was unique about the end of the house's construction? Molly, because of that definitely know the answer look on your face.
Yeah.
What do you got?
When construction stopped, she well, it was a great. It's a family reunion happened, and Uncle Jesse was there, and the twins,
So cute.
and that dad guy, really tall guy, Bob Saget. They're related. We went back in time. It's fine. It's a really convoluted family. And then that other weird uncle with like the
Other one, yeah.
the hair. He was there. And then the little girl Stephanie and Deej.
Yeah.
I mean, they all moved in, and so it just became one really big fun party.
Yeah, well, a good thing too, because it apparently was a full house. Carla Rose, what do you
That's what I'm
have?
saying.
Well, the way I heard it was that she was a real breakfast foodie. So she built a W hop.
Mhm.
Wait, what was her last name again?
Winchester.
Winchester, that's it. Winchester W hop.
It was either
Get it?
that or Glock, right? Or Smith or
Right.
Wesson, right?
Right. No, the Glock family built the G spot down the road.
That makes
yes,
sense. It's
yeah.
really hard to find, I heard.
Yeah,
That's where the hookers
yeah. Right, boner. But she did the W house, and she did a lot of waffles, breakfast pancakes. There was nobody like really cool like Uncle Jesse, but they did have Brunch and Pinchot come in and do a little. We so happy we do the dance of joy over a pile of waffles. That was a great day. I was there.
But waffles are the easiest way to greet perfect strangers. Nate, what do you have?
Exactly.
Nate, I'm giving 100 points to Bob.
Yeah.
I can't deal with the speed that he comes back with. So we're not playing for second place, everybody. I hope everyone wants to know.
Very
Wow.
I can't deal
Well
with it.
deserved.
It's so sorry. It's so funny. I can't deal with it. I hope you guys enjoy whoever's going for second place right now. I'm going to elevate Bob 100 points for the rest of the game.
Well deserved.
You just crushed my dreams.
And that's okay.
Welcome to America.
Alan will beep every curse word you say, so
Curse away.
if you want to punish him. Nate, what do you have?
So, it was really a dawning of an age of Aquarius at that time.
Usually
I don't know
is.
what that means, but that's what I've been told. And she kind of had she realized that Warren lady was full of waffles and just said, they're not out to hurt me. And she made friends with the ghosts and established the first ever smart home. She was able to talk to the ghosts and say, hey, can you turn the lights on in my bedroom? And they did that. And can you start the dishwasher? And they did that. She didn't have a dishwasher, but the ghost washed the dishes. So it worked that way. It actually was better on electricity. But so that was the first ever smart home.
First ever, so the eye ghost.
Yes.
I want
My
you to have
ghost.
10 points because the someone telling me about the age of Aquarius thing made me laugh.
Marie, what do you have?
So this house was unique. The construction stopped, but Winchester had plans of building more house. So there were all of these staircases that went up to the final floor that just went to a door that went nowhere.
So, much like my career. So we have Molly
I hear you.
with a full house, Carla Rose, pancakes with Pinchot. We have Nate with the eye ghost, and Marie with the doors that went nowhere. Hunt Me team, do you want to award any additional points?
Yes, I want 10 more to go to Molly because the Full House thing did make me laugh. I'm just so slow that I didn't even give any points. So I could not keep up with you people.
I think trying to do this would try to keep up with
No, I can't.
No.
I honestly thought she was talking about the movie Seven, but I didn't know where Bob Saget played in.
Yeah, because Uncle Jesse's in both, right?
Well, Bob Saget was in the box. Upon learning of her death in 1922, the workers just walked off the job. Very abruptly, so quickly it was reported that nails were only left half pounded, and we all know how frustrating it can be to be left half pounded. So, yeah.
More points
all the time.
So, Marie, you are actually correct. There are doors to nowhere. There are stairs that lead to blank walls. There's a doorway that leads to a 50-foot drop straight to the ground below with nothing.
That's the baby's room.
When the treetops are straight down, we'll go baby cradling up.
15 points from me.
Oh my God, how much did you get?
So... And that was to Molly?
That was a crash job, Molly.
So 20, 15, and 30 for Molly, respectively. I hope I caught all of these.
Baby.
All right. So now back to our lie again opening answer. Did I grow up with a human skeleton hanging in my basement? And the answer is yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Of course you did.
From as far as we know, his name was either Clay Mason or Mason Clay, or that was the facility in which they got him from. We always used to just call him Clay. So my dad worked for Fuji Medical Systems as a sales rep, and he would often go to elementary schools to talk about bones and x-rays. He was an x-ray tech in the National Guard. And so he borrowed the skeleton from a buddy of his who just said, keep it until we need it. We'll let you know. So for about...
I was just say, by borrowed, do you mean he murdered him?
Yeah.
Well, hey, all I know was there was an articulated skeleton in the basement. I don't know what it was. Hey, look, I'm not allowed to say. If you want answers.
So you said he was articulated.
Yes, he speaks very clearly.
He speaks very he has
clearly.
like multiple.
He was a very well-spoken.
Points from Bob for being accessory to murder.
Okay, minus 130.
Minus? I thought you added. Oh, no.
Did you add or take away?
I took away. I want you back to 0. I regret what I said earlier. You might be fast.
Well, that's good.
But now I can't trust you.
That's true.
My dad borrowed him from the Leahy Clinic to teach at elementary schools, and he would regularly, once every couple of months, bring the skeleton to give a talk at the elementary school. So yeah,
the skeleton could talk at the elementary school.
Yeah,
well,
he was actually a
articulated. So yeah,
he's actually
hello, I'm the only articulate.
Yeah. And that's when I realized that all this is a naked Muppet. So
yeah,
Carol,
Oh my God.
I can see your hand.
I know, right?
Naked Muppet.
You got that.
30 points again.
130 points.
All right, 130.
I never thought of it like that.
Yeah.
I go to But, when he took it to do the presentations, did he?
Yes.
Was he able to use the carpool lane?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. And growing up just in the Boston suburbs, you needed it or you would get pulled over. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And when he did get pulled over, he'd just say it was his wife on aerobics. So, Carol, Ty, and I wanted to take a moment to talk about Haunt Me. Now, you've investigated all throughout the region. What were some of your more memorable investigations? Where were the places that stay with you?
When we went to the Mill Agent house, we had quite a personal experience with someone named Sam, we believe, and with I don't know. I don't even really know what happened, but it was a personal experience for a lot of us all at once.
I missed it.
What episode would that be if our viewers wanted to watch?
Yeah, the season finale of season 4 is a return to this house that we had been to beforehand, where a psychic had told us that when we were there last time, we missed a spirit that was actually looking for help. So the psychic gave us a mission of like, you need to do certain things with the spirit when you get back there. Because he doesn't believe that he is worthy of heaven, but also doesn't believe that he is damned to hell. So he was too afraid to cross over. So not to take it down, but like our mission was, we were told to go back and to find him and to pray. And we did it. It was probably one of the most impactful experiences of my life. And it was caught on camera to see what happens when you are holding space for an entity that can't be seen but still wants to make himself known.
Goosebumps.
Yeah, and I know. Mine too, Molly. Mine too.
I mean, that's hopeful. To me, doesn't bring me down. That's a hopeful experience. Did you have any creepy experiences?
Yes.
Stuff that made you just want to get out?
The thing about Haunt Me is we try to really show what it's like versus what you see on TV. And a lot of times what it's like is that if you're willing to understand an entity and hold space for them, you get to know them on a human level, and they have names, they have lives, they're just not tangible anymore. So we really try to present it that way, and try to pull the scare out of it enough. Yeah, it is scary, like when something pops out at you or something flies across the room. But like what I try to let people know is that, so a book flew across the room or a plate smashed or you got scratched. What if you were here for 100 years and that was all you figured out how to do? And someone was reaching out to talk to you. You would throw a book. Yeah. You would crash a plate or you would scratch to say, yes, I am here. This is me. Listen. So it's all about how you phrase it. And you kind of just like look at the different perspective of what they want and what they're trying to accomplish and what you're asking. And it really puts a different filter on what the paranormal can be. That being said, we've been run out of places before because some people don't want help no matter what. People are jerks. It doesn't matter if you're dead or not. So we've had scary experiences like one right now, if you guys want to check it out, is we are revisiting one of the scariest places that we've ever been for our Halloween special. So if you guys want to understand a little bit more about what's going on in Upper New York at a place called Hinsdale, where there was a botched exorcism in the 1970s, which drove a family out of their home and into bankruptcy. We will be exploring that story with a not so nice and not so straightforward entity over on our channel.
Oh, wow.
Links to everything in the description.
Now, have you ever, so you've kind of gone like entities needing help and you've gone with people like entities driving you out. Have you ever encountered some entity that's like, oh, you guys again. Why are you here?
They've had enough of us.
There's a place in Rumford that we've been like 8 times.
Of course.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like, we've been there so many because it always has activity. Ty and I were there and we're sitting and we're just like, asking questions. We're not really getting anything. And we hear down the hall someone be like, I'll be right there.
Just gonna flush the toilet.
Going down the hall, but they were like, kind of like, oh, these kids again. It's like the school.
That's amazing.
Or like,
I'll get to ya.
Yeah, like we'll do all these like bang, like when we want something, and they'll be like bang, 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 bang. Oh, and it really does feel like a here. Okay, got it.
Now, guys, I am a giant ghost show-ophile. I've seen all the shows ever. Years and years of ghost shows. Like the one where there's the medium and the paisan detective, and then they compare notes at the end.
Yes.
Like, hey, you want a pastrami sandwich? Tell me about this house. Eh? And then there's the one where there are all these dude bros, and the dude bros go, come at me, bro.
Adventures.
The guy that's named sounds like a hobbit. That guy.
Yeah.
And then there's really among my favorites is the Taps team, which is the Ghost Hunters with Grant and Jason, and then they have their own shows now and stuff. And I know. And you guys have worked with Grant before, and I think he's awesome. I love their approach because they're plumbers. So they would, instead of being like, dude, they would be like,
it's yeah.
You want a pastrami? But like, I love that their approach, and I feel like you have like a very like a reasoned approach. And what do you think makes you guys unique? What do you bring that's different to the ghost show realm?
Honestly, and I just want to, it's so simple. We just keep it real. We have morals. We will never fake evidence. If there's nothing, you're going to get a boring episode of us talking and making fun of each other. And that's
perfect. As a fan, that's what I want.
They're watching themselves on TV. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Speaking of what people want, our points are in last place. We have our visiting professors with 1 point. Yeah. So you're now on the board. Sorry. Next, we have Marie with 52. We have myself with 103, Carla Rose with 109, Molly with 117, and in the lead, we have Nate with 163 points.
We were just zero.
Join us when we return for Marie's pop quiz and technically correct, only on Balderdash Academy. Go Dashers! So remember to like and subscribe to the video. Also remember that we have options available if you'd like to support the show directly. You can show your school pride with merch from our store. We are booking live shows, improv, comedy, team building, live game show experiences throughout New England. You can now have our faculty entertain you at your next event. Links to everything are in the description. Thank you for watching. Have a good night. And go Dashers!